it was supposed to help us. All this stuff was supposed to help us.
Most of the time it does.
Make life better.
Most of the time it does.
Well, does it?
Yeah. Of course.
It does, but then when it doesn't, it like really doesn't.
It's the Brett Davern Show. Brought to you by Adobe Radio. In partnership with Nice Guy Digital. And recorded live in beautiful North Hollywood, California. On today's episode,
We don't know.
we're going to play this one by ear. You're going to hear our innermost thoughts, concerns, paranoias.
You could probably hear me now.
It's going to be good. Also, I'm going to tell you the best thing I've seen so far today. There was a couple really good things.
I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's going to be something.
Now let's get to the guy who's graduated high school 3 times.
What an idiot!
Your new best friend, Brett Davern! Ooh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh. Should have been an opera. Your veins in your neck are popping out.
Listen up, everybody! Could have gone
Wow.
longer.
Wow.
I could have. This is our show. Thank you for joining us live on Adobe Radio, YouTube, TuneIn, or wherever you get your podcasts. You know, you can call the show anytime. 1-888-99-IDOBI. Shout out a friend, shout at us or with us. It's all good. Once again, the phone number is 1-888-994-3624. The email for the show, bdsfans@idobe.com. That's bdsfans@idobe.com. All right. Lots of stuff to get to today. We're not really sure what we're going to get up to today.
It's going to be good.
We had a guest scheduled, which we were promoting for you yesterday. We said that he would be on the show. His name is Mason Cook, who he's an actor, a fine young actor, who's on a television program called Speechless, very popular. Seems like a great kid. Scheduling issues arose. He was not able to make it in this morning, but that's okay.
We'll get him another time.
Because you've got Brett and Katie and Boy Wonder and all of the things that you love with you for the next hour, so don't worry about it. And we'll get him back, Katie. We'll get him back. They escaped me for a bit, Katie, but then I reel him back in. So I'm not worried about it. He'll be in here. Seems like a good kid. Anxious to talk to him. Hello, Boy Wonder.
Hello.
And Katie LeClaire.
It's National French Toast Day.
French toast.
Yeah.
I call it freedom toast, Katie.
Oh, gosh.
Because I'm a proud American. That was a weird thing we went through, where everything had to be
Freedom
changed
fries.
into freedom stuff.
I was talking about this the other day with somebody. They didn't remember it.
What? That was like a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bo Murchoff and I, the hairy one, Bo Murchoff and I, when we would work together on that show on MTV, every once in a while, you know, you're between shots, you get bored, you're looking for things to do. And you know me, I like my ridiculous questions that I'm always asking everybody, and my stupid hypotheticals and things like that, you know? And so we just started going back and forth, changing all the things in our life that are French something to freedom, whatever, kind of going crazy with it back when this was a trending thing. So, like, it started with, like, freedom fries. Everyone was saying freedom fries instead of French fries, you know? Yeah. So then we would just go back and forth.
Why did it happen to begin with?
I don't remember. There was some problem with France. Like, it wasn't Obama, I don't think. I think this predates Obama, by the way. I think this goes back to W.
Yeah.
And they had some issue with France, and so he was like, we're not saying France and French anymore. And so Bo and I would stand on set and go like, you know.
They're freedom overs?
Freedom overs. Freedom doors. Freedom kiss.
Freedom kiss.
Freedom toast. Freedom fries.
Yeah.
Freedom Press.
What?
Freedom Press.
Freedom Press coffee.
Freedom
Very
Press.
good, Boy
Ooh.
Wonder. See? It's a fun game.
Yeah.
I think we just played the whole thing. There's probably more. If you can think of more out there, tweet us. I want to hear it. Let me know. Let's listen to music. Blah, blah. Let me get the frog out of my throat. And not a French guy in my throat, just a frog. You know that frog is a derogatory term for French people. Do you know that, Katie?
What did you call me?
I watch a lot of World War II movies. They're always like, these frogs over here. I don't know. Do people still take offense to it? I don't know if they do. Anyway, I will clear out my throat. We'll get rolling with all things. We got a lot to talk about today. My cell phone, or a cell phone, failed me this morning. It was very distressing. I got a whole story to tell about that. We're going to read some fan mail that you guys have been sending in to bdsfans@adobe.com. We're also going to check in with Katie's favorite things. We're also going to talk about Hallmark Christmas movies. And, Katie, if there's time, and I know you're excited, if there's time, we will get into the Beauty and the Beast controversy that is swirling in my world, Katie. But right now, this is Velvet Snow by the Kings of Leon. Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Check out The Brett Davern Show on Facebook.com/Brett Davern Show. IW Radio.
3 simple words. You've got mail.
Woohoo! Hello, Katie and Brett. My name is Ortal. Ortal? I'm 13, and I'm from Israel. I hope so much you will answer me. Katie, you're my inspiration. You're my favorite actress. You're my role model. You are so many things for me. That's why I sent this message. I'm writing because I want to tell you how much I love you and how important you are to me. Yeah, this is just all about me, Brett. Sorry. I really love Switch to Birth. Your character Daphne is so special and amazing, and she is my favorite character. I started learning ASL 3 months ago, and I'm a huge fan. I know this is impossible, but my biggest dream is to meet you. I'd be grateful if you answer me. Please make my wish and come true and answer me. Love you so much, Ortal. You can email the show anytime at bdsfans@idobi.com. And if you include your address, we'll send you some cool stuff.
That was nice.
It was really nice. Thanks for learning ASL, Ortal.
That was really nice.
She was cute.
Her name is Ortal?
No, Ortal or Ortal. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Nobody can say my name right either. So.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's very a freedom name.
That was really cool, though, of her to send that in. That's really nice. We get a lot of email.
We do.
Lots and lots of email, and trying really hard to keep up with all of it. That's
I think we're a little
by the way,
right
not
now.
saying that in like a braggy way. I'm just saying that if you're listening and we haven't gotten back to your email yet, we will.
Yeah, we're a little behind.
Trying hard to do that. We do it ourselves. We really, really do. I think people do think that there's like a whole staff of people out there that are helping us out and whatever, but really it's just you and me and Boy Wonder.
Yep.
And like, you know.
And Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, Shireen. There's like a couple other people,
Eddie.
but Eddie and Tom. I guess there's a lot of.
There's
and
a lot of
Fish
people
too. Yeah, there's a lot actually. There's no excuse for us not
Yeah.
responding to that email ever.
The emails
Really
specifically are just us.
Ruined my own point. Yeah. Anyway, Katie.
Yo.
Cell phone drama this morning.
Talk about it.
Lots and lots of cell phone drama. Crazy cell phone drama this morning.
Tell me.
Okay, so Mrs. D and the kids are still in the deep south.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. They're somewhere on the outskirts of Atlanta. And so this morning I woke up and it's 5:15 in the morning here, but that means it's 8:15 over there. So I was like, oh, they're definitely awake. I'll say hey, check in.
Good morning.
Say what's up, you know. I say what's up. Nothing back. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Because you know how everyone has their cell phone in their hand all the time now. So it's easy to get in touch with people. And plus, there's those people in your life who always respond right away. And then there's the other people who it takes years for them to respond, But she's a respond right away type person, right? So I'm like, okay, nothing. All right, whatever. Like, go about getting ready, whatever. Drive over, pick you up, which is the tradition. And still nothing at this point. I'm like, okay, it's been like 10, 15 minutes. All right, I'll send another text. Hey, is everything all right? Nothing back. Oh, okay. Drive to the studio. Try to call. Goes to voicemail, but not just voicemail, like the weird robot voicemail now. I'm like, what's going on? Like, has my family been murdered? What's happening?
That's what went on in your brain?
Yeah, I start getting worried, especially when you got kids. That's the thing. I hate these people who are like this, like, well, you'll understand when you have kids. But really, I'm going to say it because it's true. Like, I never used to really worry that much. But now there's 2 other little lives involved,
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? And then it's like, I know she's with the family, so it's like I could call family members, but do you really want to get that traumatic, So then I'm texting like, hey, just let me know if you're all right. Like, just an easy text back. No biggie, right? Because it's going on like an hour now, Still nothing, still nothing, still nothing. And so I'm just like beside myself over here, freaking out. You saw it. I was throwing things around the studio.
You were.
Very upset. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to just call the family members. The family members are like, yeah, what are you talking about? They're fine. They're in the bedroom there, waking up, getting ready to go for the day. I'm sure they're fine. And then, of course, she sends a text right away. It's like, hey, all is well. And I'm like, okay, well, then what happened? Oh, well, my phone just, like, was a useless brick of plastic and glass because it just stopped working. Some app was on there running too long or something. Some app gave it a malfunction. But it's like, what the hell,
Yeah.
It's 2017. I thought this stuff was all supposed to work. What's up?
Nothing works, ever.
Yeah, it's like, it all kind of used to work. There was a moment when iPhones first came out where, like, it all worked. Like, you had the Apple TV, you had the laptop, you have the iPhone. They all talk to each other. You can mirror it. It's all working smoothly. And then all of a sudden now, there's nothing works.
Sometimes it does. But I think that's the thing, is it's that the negative moments stand out.
You think?
Because if it's working, then you don't have to talk about it.
Okay, but seriously, I find myself now at home when I turn on my Apple TV, like there's a split second when I try to turn it on where I go, yeah, is it going to work? I hope it's going to work. Like, and what I mean by work is like, if I click on Netflix, is it going to ask me for a password this time? Or is it just going to work?
Authentication codes?
Yeah, or like HBO Go. It's like, I don't want to go to hbo.com/activate for the 12th time.
Right.
Stop it.
But everything is accessible. Like, you can pretty much watch whatever you want.
Yeah, but you got to go through 12 minutes of hell every time before you can watch anything.
Do you know what this is?
It's annoying. What?
You're being a very old man.
You got to turn the volume up on it. That's the problem. See, now I can see your computer.
I don't like that you can see it.
Katie tried to play my old man alert, and she had the volume off. Anyway, do you have technology problems, Katie?
All the time.
Yeah, what's up?
Constantly.
We used to just plug everything in, and it was fine.
Yeah. Well,
that's
not the case anymore.
This is all you got for me? Yeah. Well.
I don't know. I don't.
Nothing like that's ever happened to you. You never had technology just fail you, which caused you to freak out, but in the end everything was fine. Like, have you ever had cell phone drama like that?
The biggest cell phone drama that I had recently was with you.
What?
When it was 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Do I bang on your front door and wake you up?"
Because the same thing happened to my phone.
Yeah.
Where it was just a black piece of plastic that wasn't doing anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, we got a show to do.
Yeah.
I literally, that day, Marty was our guest, and I was like, well, I could do the show with Marty. Marty knows the drill.
But see, this is exactly my point, because there's an alarm clock next to the bed, right? That's tried and true and has worked forever. But I don't use it anymore because I set my phone instead. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Because I'm conditioned to check this thing 18,000 times a day. But then when the alarm doesn't go off, I'm screwed, even though there's a piece of older technology that's sitting right there that works every time.
You prefer older technology.
But I don't use it.
Well, you should change that.
All right. I don't know. Anyway, it's annoying. I wonder if other people have the same issues with technology that I do. Like, do people have as hard of a time logging into HBO Go all the time as I do? Also, hold on, seriously, also, 35 different passwords for like 35 different things. It's so annoying because I used to try to have the same password for everything.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But you can't do that anymore.
No.
So now everything's got a different password. I never know which one's which.
Yeah.
The struggle is real, people.
Yeah.
These are champagne problems, Katie.
They sure are.
Yeah, but whatever. It's what's going on.
You know what you're doing?
What?
You're getting a little ahead of yourself.
What do you mean? Champagne. What are you talking about?
That's the next song. I want to go to song break.
Oh, ahead of myself. Oh,
See what I did there?
I did, but I wasn't following.
Yeah.
You want to go to a break?
I do.
All right, let's go to a break. But on the other side of that, I want to talk about Hallmark movies because it's
Okay.
becoming that time of year again, and I've got some thoughts.
I love Hallmark.
Okay, hopefully you have more thoughts on Hallmark movies than you had on Broken Technology. This is Ahead of Myself by Ambassadors.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
Ahead of Myself by Ambassadors. Good song. I like it. That was nice. It was nice and peaceful. It brought me down from my cell phone drama that I had this morning. Hallmark movies. Hallmark movies. Hallmark movies. So many thoughts. I don't know where to begin. I'll figure it out after you guys listen to So Tied Up. Cold War Kids featuring Bishop Briggs.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Follow at Brett Davern Show on Instagram for behind-the-scenes pics of Brett, Katie, and their guests. Adobe Radio.
It's the best thing Katie's seen so far today.
Last Thanksgiving, a year ago, there's a text chain from, it looks like a group text, and I think it's in San Jose, California. The first text, Thanksgiving dinner at my house, November 24th, 3 p.m. Let me know if you're coming. Hope to see you all. Of course, that includes Amanda and Justin. Response, who is those? Response, your grandma. Grandma, can I have a picture? Of who? You. The woman sends a photo. Here at work. The person who receives the text sends a picture of himself back, says, you're not my grandma. Can I still get a plate, though? Grandma says, of course you can. That's what grandmas do. They feed everyone. Now, this is where the story gets great, Brett.
So these are two people who clearly don't know each other.
They don't know each other.
So she was texting the wrong number.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But can I still get a plate, though?
Right.
That's what grandmas do.
Sure.
So he goes.
Yeah.
And then, this Thanksgiving, he went again.
Oh, so now they're just like...
They're buddies.
They're homies, and they eat Thanksgiving.
They have friendship
But it's
Thanksgiving dinners.
an old lady and like a young kid.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And that's the best thing Katie's seen so far today.
See, so there's an example of technology being cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, working in someone's favor. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
My buddy Graham Rogers, who you know Graham, right? Have you ever met Graham?
Did you drop that name on the floor just now?
I did, yeah. Watch out. Brett's dropping names of his friends.
Yeah. No, I don't know Graham.
You know? Graham Rogers is an actor who we got to get in here on the show. He's hilarious. He's a really fun dude. and we did a little movie called Love and Mercy together. There's a drop for you. I don't know if you know that, but I was in that movie. Paul
I think
Dano.
we talk about Love and Mercy just as much as we talk about Switch to Bird.
That's definitely not true, but Paul Dano plays Brian Wilson. He was nominated for a Golden Globe for the movie, for the film that I was in. Anyway, Graham's in there too, and we had a lot of fun on the movie. The whole point of me saying this and bringing this up is that Graham has a text chain, like a family text chain, which I'm sure we all have,
right?
With like his mom and his brother, and whatever, some of his family members on there. But then there's also a random guy on there because they accidentally added the wrong number one time. So,
but he stayed on there.
Yeah, the guy stayed on there. It's been going on for like years, and they still. So that's like the family group chain that they use between the family, but the guy's still on there, and they've like included him now.
What?
Yeah, his name's like Peter or something. And
I love this.
Yeah, they just talk to him and involve him in their like family conversations. But he's like, the guy apparently is like down with it.
My family did that once.
Yeah.
With like a 17-person text chain.
It's funny.
And one person was like, have a good time,
Yeah.
or like whatever. But they removed themselves immediately because there was like 38 notifications in like 2 minutes.
This kind of thing, especially for Graham, probably started back before you could remove yourself, you know?
Oh.
Or maybe they have a phone that doesn't let them do that or something.
Interesting.
But also they just made friends with them, and now
That's
they're
great.
just like, they're friends. Yeah.
Technology brings us closer together.
It can, yeah.
It can.
It's funny. Have you ever gotten a random text from a number that...
Yeah, and then
like,
responded back.
They thought they knew you,
Yeah.
but... And then did you respond?
Yeah.
Did you respond with you don't know them, or did you try to like play with them a little bit?
It was like a photo, and so I sent a photo back of like thumbs up.
Oh. Was it a
Photo of
like
that person's child? Yes, it was, Brett.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you never know these days.
True.
You could just get a random photo of a rooster.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
Hallmark movies?
Oh yeah, we're supposed to talk about Hallmark movies. I don't know. Screw it. It's our
Here's the
show,
thing.
Katie. We'll talk about
Here's
whatever
the thing.
we want.
I want to say something about it.
About Hallmark movies?
Yeah.
Well, if you stretch this to push it into the next segment, then I don't get to talk about Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
So that might be what you want to do.
Oh.
Because there is controversy with Beauty and the Beast, Boy Wonder. I've got major beef with the new live-action Beauty and the Beast that I'm itching to talk about on the air, but Katie will kill me if I do.
Because you talked about it the whole ride home yesterday. It was like an hour.
I talked about this thing. Yeah, but I've been ranting about it in my head for a long time too.
I can only imagine what happens.
I have so many problems with Emma Watson. Like, it's not just her. I have problems with Disney. I have problems with the movie in general. I have problems with society. It's a whole thing, and it's. My whole problem with Beauty and the Beast is like a 6-second part of the opening song that has spiraled me into this whole thing about like how we're losing our way as a people. I'll talk about it at some point. I don't know. Wait. So you got a text from someone and then you just told them, "Oh, hey, not me."
Not me.
Bro.
Not the person you want to talk to.
I got a text one time that just came in. It was from a random number and it said like, "Hey, are you in town?" And I was like, "Oh, this is going to be fun." It was like not an LA area code, right?
Right.
And I have an old area code from where I used to live. Mm-hmm. So I was like, "Oh, like they think I'm maybe in that town, or not me, but someone is in that town, right?"
What town were they in, presumably?
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, keep going.
So, because their text area code was like from out of whatever that town would be anyway, right? So it's like clearly what I'm envisioning is like someone's gotten into town and is like trying to see if whoever they think they're texting is in town, right? Mm-hmm. Could be innocent, whatever. But so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play with this." So I wrote back like, "Sure am. Are you?"
Okay.
And then I can't remember really how it went, but they wrote back like, "Yeah, you want to meet up tonight?" And then I wrote back like something, like only if you can keep a secret, just. And then they wrote back like, "I can." And I was just like, went with it for a little bit.
So what happened?
I just went with it for a while, like writing back like vague things, like, trying to figure out like where they were. I don't want to get too into detail because it was.
Did it get steamy?
No, it never got like inappropriate or anything, but it just was very much like I think what happened was that the person suggested like where and when to meet up, and then I felt bad because I was like, I don't want this person to be stood up or anything.
So you told them that.
Yeah, so
you
I was
weren't.
like, hey, actually, but I let him down easy. I was like, wait a second, actually, I think what I wrote is like, wait, hold up, maybe this isn't the person I think I'm texting. Like I made it my fault. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, because like if you.
But you didn't say like you're texting a stranger.
No, I did, but I made it my fault. I said like, oh, hold on a second. I think maybe I have the wrong person that I'm texting because a lot of people out there now get texts from random numbers and that they haven't saved into their phone. So then I just made it like, oh, I thought you were someone else. I'm sorry. Like my bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I made it my fault. Let them down easy.
Let them down easy.
But it was kind of fun to play with it for a minute. I didn't let
funny.
it go on very long. I wasn't super mean about it. Those are funny moments though.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. I think now, though, with, like, a lot of people don't just conventionally text. I think they do the, like, direct messaging on Instagram and Twitter and all that. So it's a little more who you're talking to. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about, like, for random meetups?
No, I mean, just in general, like, community. I've heard that a lot of the kids out there, Katie, they just communicate through DMing each other instead of, like, text messaging.
Oh.
That's what I've heard.
Wow, I'm so out of touch.
Well, it's actually like kind of a good idea if you think about it, because then you know who you're talking to.
Sure.
Right there, because they have a picture with profiles
verified,
and all
whatever.
Kinds of stuff. Well, they're not. Maybe
Well,
they're not
no,
verified.
no, that's not what I mean. I mean, like,
God.
you can
Katie
be
thinks
sure.
everyone's as fancy as her with the blue check mark.
All right.
All right, that's enough. On to some music. Let's listen to some more music, and then we'll talk about Hallmark movies. And if there's time, I'm going to rant about Belle. This is 1 foot. I walk on the moon.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
IW Radio. You can listen to The Brett Davern Show anytime. Just search for it on your favorite podcast app, but especially the Adobe app for iOS.
So, Hallmark movies.
I love Hallmark. They've been really good to me.
Now, it's not just... You've been in Hallmark movies.
4 of them.
Right, but Hallmark Hallmark Christmas movies?
No, I've never had the honor of a Christmas movie.
But you've been in Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
And Lifetime movies.
Mm-hmm.
And now, okay, but we're not talking about those. We're talking about Christmas specifically.
Okay, so Hallmark has, how many, they always do like 30 days of Christmas movies.
Hallmark does a ton of Christmas/holiday themed movies.
But they're doing something special this year. It's like double the amount that they normally do, or like triple.
It's either Hallmark that's doing that, making the triple the amount, or it's ABC Family, or it's one of them, or Lifetime, or whatever. Is it Hallmark?
Yeah. I was reading about it on Twitter this morning.
Okay. Well, but they all make the crazy, cheesy holiday movies. Like Lifetime does it as well, don't they?
I don't think so.
No?
It's really Freeform and Hallmark that really make the giant push.
ABC Family. I refuse to make the switch.
That was a funny joke.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for it to be.
Yeah.
So they both networks do the cheesy Christmas movies.
Correct.
You claim to love them.
I like them.
Okay,
I
now
do like them quite a bit.
We've gone from love to like in a matter of 2 minutes.
I love Hallmark, and the people at Hallmark are really great.
Okay. So this is going to be a very political conversation.
No. I think the movies are cute.
Here's Katie's disclaimer. If you would like to hire her and pay her money for being on your network, she will happily tweet and promote your movie. But she only sort of likes it. No, I don't know.
You've had projects like that.
No,
before,
I know what
too.
you're saying. Of course. I don't know.
Look, they're not all party boat.
Look, sometimes we're in a weird situation on this radio show where it's like we want to just start talking, but then it's like, oh, that person might give me a job. But here's the thing, like, the one that you're going to be in is going to be amazing.
Thanks.
So, of course, you'll promote that one, and you'll love the shit out of that one. Oh, maybe YouTube will be upset. We're not sure what we can say anymore on here. Oh, no. Maybe I just ruined it.
So
anyway, so my point, but like whatever, forget that. Let's talk about the movies that have already been out there and that have already been made.
Okay.
We're allowed to do that.
Yeah, no, they're cute.
Yeah,
the
they are
Hallmark
very
movies.
cute.
They're cute.
Yes.
And
so
everyone
do you
is
like them
aware
or do you
of
love
the
them? Because now I'm
cutesy-ness.
getting stuck
like
in the
them.
semantics.
No, I like them.
Okay, so now you like them.
I'm gonna do a hard like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer, Regis.
I like
it.
the Christmas Hallmark movies.
Okay. Do you turn on that channel and just let it roll during the holiday season?
I do not.
Okay, because I know people that do.
Of course.
I also have a friend whose name I shall not drop, who enjoys those movies so much that he or she watches them during the year.
The Christmas ones?
Yeah, like saves them on a DVR and like loves them and
so
watches
many
them.
people do.
I know.
It's great.
I can't figure it out. It's not that I don't like those movies. One, I've never really given them much of a chance, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I've seen them. I scroll past them. I've seen bits and pieces of them. I've seen enough clips on The Soup to when that used to exist to know what they are, right? Mm-hmm. They just seem so cheesy and silly that I can't waste 2 hours of my time watching that.
But that's okay. So you're not the demographic, and they know that
Right.
they're cheesy and silly,
Right. Yeah.
so they can lean into it.
So this is my Fast and the Furious question. Mm-hmm. You know, it always comes back to Fast and the Furious with me. This is my question about the Fast and the Furious. Do they know the movie is cheesy and silly, or are they trying to make the best movie possible? And it's the same question with the Hallmark movies. I know that they lean into like the schmaltzy, like make you feel good, Full House kind of moment, right? But are they setting out, like, are those actors and are those directors, like, are the directors being like, no, play up the facial expressions, like, over the top.
I can
like,
tell
that's what we want.
I can tell you of my 4 Hallmark movies and 1 Lifetime movie, you set out to make a good project.
Of course.
Every time.
Okay, so then they do. They set out to make the best movie possible. Then why are they so cheesy and bad sometimes? That's my question.
I'm going to say editing. Here's the thing. The scripts are not always great, but every time I've done one of these projects, I've worked with a director who's been really open to, like, making changes for the most part. So that, you know, on the day, you elevate the work as much as you can.
Okay.
And then and I've had this conversation with you before.
Yeah.
When you're done, when you walk away on the last day of production, your job's done.
Well, yeah, of course.
Stop worrying about it. Your job's done.
Yes, I understand.
However, on those projects, they go to the editing bay, and
Yeah.
then it all gets dink-donk musicked,
Yes.
which hurts it a lot.
Bing, bong, bing, bong.
It's
bing,
awful.
bong, ba-da-da-da-da, bada-bum.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's, why do they do that?
It's the music and the editing.
Right, but this is this is the chicken or the egg thing. This is what hurts my brain to think about. You don't have to put in the dink-donk music. You don't have to.
Okay,
And
but
if
they're
you-
going to say their budget.
Hold on. But you don't need any music. You go watch like a good movie from whatever is a good movie that you like. Like, they don't have music constantly underneath the people talking all the time. But these things are now going on to TV where there's just constant music, and I don't know when this switch happened, and I don't know whose idea it was, and it drives me insane. It's like there's someone in a boardroom
Silence
somewhere
is
going
beautiful.
like this. There's someone or a group of people in a boardroom, and they're somewhere, and they're going, okay, people don't have an attention span anymore. That's what's happening in 2017. Everyone's lost their attention span. So how are we at Hallmark or ABC Family or Lifetime going to keep them watching our movie for an hour and a half? I know, Steve. Let's put some bink bonk music in underneath it, and that'll save everything. But the problem is it then makes the movie so cheesy that it's hard for me to watch.
Right.
But there's people out there that love it. And here's the thing. Do you think the people out there who love them realize that they're listening to the bink bonk music? Or they don't even hear it?
No, they don't hear it. No.
See, and that's what kills me. See, okay, there's classic holiday movies, right, that everyone loves. Mm-hmm. It's a Wonderful Life, White Christmas,
Elf,
The Holiday, Love Actually, Elf, right?
Christmas Story.
Go watch those movies. Home Alone. They don't have bink bonk, bink bonk, bink bonk under everything. You know, like there's a score and a soundtrack, and they pick the appropriate times to use them, and they're great movies. And by the way, those movies are evergreen. Everyone loves them. They're on all the time. You can watch them every year. But these other movies that we're talking about, they're not gonna transcend, you know, the straight to TV model because they have this like weird thing. So why not just make the best movie you can?
I feel like it's also the made for TV movies.
Yeah.
It's not like a theater release film often has this awful music.
I know, but this is my question. So like so basically what they're saying is if you go to a theater to watch a movie, we know that you paid for the ticket, so you're going to sit in the theater.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting at home, we know you're going to get distracted by your cell phone. So we'll put big bonk music in there and all will be solved.
And whoever made this decision made it for everyone.
Yeah. It boggles my mind.
Did your show have like weird music tracks all the time?
Sometimes, yeah. It drove me crazy.
Mine did too.
I was always like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Like, just let the characters have a moment or whatever.
I also got really frustrated a lot with my show. Like, we overshot pages. Uh-huh. We, like, had more scenes, and we always, instead of cutting out full scenes that weren't necessarily always adding to whatever, they trimmed reaction time.
Right.
So they never stayed with anything. But if you go see an actual movie, they always stay with the people. Right.
They let something breathe.
Yeah.
I let a moment breathe.
That's the attention span thing also.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to find whoever it is in that boardroom and, like, just strangle them. And be like, because I think that I could take the footage from these movies and make them, like, pretty decent movies. Not that they're not. Whatever. They're fine. They serve a purpose. But serve
could
a purpose.
They be better?
I think they could be better.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It kills me. I worry about the people who just watch these movies. Because I worry that, like, they're, like, being brainwashed into, like, this style, and then this style will then perpetuate itself, and then all we're going to have in the future is big bonk music. Kills me. Boy Wonder? I love big bonk music. Oh, God.
That's all Dance Playlist is.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Do we run out of time for Beauty and the Beast?
We don't have time.
Oh.
Can you do it quickly?
No.
No?
No.
You have to save it for another day?
It's a whole controversy.
But you got most of it out of your system, right? So
I did. Yeah, yesterday.
So can you do it in like 2 minutes?
No.
All right. Well, then
it happens in the opening song of the live version of Beauty and the Beast.
You could tell the people at home
town,
to watch.
It's a quiet village.
The Emma Stone version.
No, Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emma Stone's my gal.
It happens in that opening song. There's a moment, there's a beat, there's a couple of lines of the song that have been changed from the original.
Yeah.
The order of the line, or not even the order of the line, but
it's
like who's singing the line and the line and the characters that are singing the line. They're the townspeople, and it's changed. And it's the scrubbing clean of this society that just drives me insane.
Right.
Like, it's like they're so afraid to offend anyone that then they take all the meat out of everything, and I just don't know where we're headed. If everything is so squeaky clean and doesn't... Anyway. All right.
YouTube's going to flag this video already.
Yeah. Disney's going to send their henchmen in here and kick down the door and drag me out of here handcuffed.
We would be so lucky.
I know. Because then I'd be like, they do exist! I'd be like that Santa Claus in the M&M's commercial. They do exist! Mm-hmm. He does exist. Then he falls over. I kind of like that commercial every year.
Yeah.
If every Hallmark movie could be like that commercial, I'd love them all. Yeah. Anyway. All right. I'm moving on. Fine. I think we covered it. That's a wrap, everybody. On another edition of the Brett Davern Show. Thank you out there for listening live on Adobe Radio. You can also subscribe to the podcast version of the show on iTunes, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you like what you heard, hey, just tell some friends. That's all. Just tell them. What do you guys think about Dink Donk music? And have you ever noticed it? I want to know. Tweet me. A couple of you out there have started tweeting me about things that we talk about on this show, and I love it. And I love responding to you guys, and I love, talking back and getting a dialogue going, because maybe I'm wrong. Like, tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. I'm here to learn. It's okay. Katie, seriously, I love when people disagree and are able to disagree in a constructive manner and, show me the light,
Is that why you're trolling everyone on Twitter?
I'm not trying to troll. I like talking to people out there.
Yeah.
I miss conversation, sort of, And plus, as aforementioned, Mrs. D's out of town. I got nothing but time on my hands. Hit me up, people. Let's talk Dink Donk music. Have you ever noticed it? Does it make you watch the movie longer, or does it make you go, this movie's really cheesy and I can't figure out why?
Maybe it's the music.
Maybe it's the music and the oversaturated colors and the bright lighting. Say goodbye, producer Katie.
Goodbye.
Katie's on Twitter and Instagram at Katie LeClaire. There's a C at the end. Don't forget the C in the middle either, though. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at BDAV, BDAVV. As in very lonely. You can follow our show on any of the social medias, including Facebook at Brett Davern Show, or go to BrettDavernShow.com for archived episodes, photos, and much, much more. Today's guest, our thoughts, can be found on Twitter at all the places I just said. Yeah. So, there's that. Stay tuned to iDoby Radio all day long for plenty of other shows. Sweet, sweet rock music, interviews with your favorite musicians, all kinds of good stuff. There's two dudes on this network from Simple Plan that have a show.
Yeah, Man of the Hour.
It's called Man of the Hour. There's the Mike Herrera show on here. What else we got?
Gun Show.
Gun Show. Eddie, Chris, and Mike, or something like that.
That one's not.
Oh, no. Fail.
Fish, though. Gone Fishkin.
Oh, Gone Fishkin. Our buddy Steve
He's got a...
Mike Fish. Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Fish has a very Fishmas Christmas show coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway.
Great.
Keep it locked on iDoby Radio all day, everybody. You'll love it. Open up the app, set your phone down, and let that baby roll. Once again, for producer Katie LeClaire, Boy Wonder, and all of our thoughts, I'm Brett Davern. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other. That was our show. We'll see you tomorrow, when our guest we think will be... Oh, Christina Ochoa of CW's Valor. She flies a helicopter in that.
She flies a what?
You heard me. That was our show. Good night, Danica McKellar. She's Winnie Cooper, and she's in all those Hallmark Disney, or Hallmark Christmas. Why do I keep saying Hallmark Disney when I mean Hallmark Christmas? Whoa, there's some weird brainwashing going on there from Disney, I think. That's weird. Why does my brain do that? When I think Christmas, Disney comes flying out of my mouth. Oh, no. They've gotten to me, Katie. They've gotten to me! Goodbye, everyone.
iDoby Radio. Did you know you can watch The Brett Davern Show on YouTube? Yeah, you can. Go to youtube.com/Brett Davern Show.